Welcome to Own Your Words. Fluently. Meaning with examples. Pronunciation. Fluently. Fluently. It is an adverb. Examples. 1. I can express myself fluently, and convey finer shades of meaning precisely. 2. Her small yet strong body moved fluently, through the woods as if part of it. 3. Williamson talks fluently and modestly about his art, Barkham wrote. 4. Volpe loved being able to understand Italian, but could not speak it fluently. 5. All at once he found he could talk fluently, and explain what he had to say. 6. Maman, her mother, is from Alsace, and the children all speak German fluently. 7. Ron was cursing fluently under his breath, his potion looked like liquid licorice. 8. He spoke the common tongue fluently, with only the slightest hint of a Liroche accent. 9. I speak 12 languages fluently, said Scythe Curie, a bit of pride in her voice. 10. A similarly international A-list career beckons, straddling languages as fluently as genres. 11. It is important to note the issue does not lie in his inability to speak Spanish fluently. 12. I speak 12 languages fluently, said Scythe Curie, a bit of pride in her voice. Regularly. Meaning with examples. Pronunciation. Regularly. Regularly. It is an adverb. Meaning. 1. At regular times or intervals. 2. At the same time each day, week, month, etc. 3. With equal or similar amounts of space, or time between one and the next. 4. At repeated times, with equal or similar amounts of time between one time and the next. 5. By doing the same thing, or going to the same place often. Examples. 1. The working life of most vehicles can be increased, if they are serviced regularly. 2. In these struggles the latter regularly appealed for support to a larger cultivated public. 3. But other jocks of the period, notably white announcer Alan Freed, took money regularly. 4. The 29-year-old father of 2 said he was a casual smoker and did not use drugs regularly. 5. Each will be revised regularly to check on progress, and raise standards higher. 6. He wrote regularly to Marion and complained that she rarely answered his letters. 7. Everyone had another home where he kept his family, and which he visited regularly. 8. And now here the spirit was, once more, just when Ophi was talking to the dead regularly. 9. We had also lost our interest in art, so we pushed on uphill, breathing slowly and regularly. 10. However, one consequence of its unregulated nature is, that the Delaware regularly floods. 11. I'm pretty sure she dyes it regularly, but leaves some gray to make it look more realistic. 12. One grows accustomed to eating regularly, and the body is not used to being deprived. Mainly. Meaning with examples. Pronunciation. Mainly. Mainly. It is an adverb. Meaning. 1. Chiefly, principally, for the most part, in the main, to the greatest extent. 2. You use mainly when mentioning the main reason, or thing involved in something. 3. You use mainly when you are referring to a group, and stating something that is true of most of it. 4. Usually or to a large degree. 5. Used to mention the main part or cause of something, the main reason for something, etc. Examples. 1. Farms were mainly in the 10 to 40 hectare range, although there were some larger units. 2. The others are mainly rectangular with cream surrounds, and gold material backings. 3. They make a brilliant yellow splash, while the countryside is still mainly bare. 4. Dyslexic students have no vocabulary problems, they mainly have a reading problem. 5. They were mainly women, and some of them were extremely frightened, nearly in a panic. 6. He picked on the men, mainly, the two who weren't chained, and held them to their feet. 7. I was curious about the land of the Golden Mountain, mainly because my father was there. 8. He went on, I work mainly in London. You speak English? He added in that language. 9. Sat around the house mainly, watching television, and playing solitaire on the computer. 10. It was a history lesson and a chess tutorial, but mainly it was an amazing feat of memory. 11. Occasionally the victims were slaves and criminals, but mainly they were prisoners of war. 12. A large cathedral will inspire awe, a large cell block, in my experience, will mainly horrify. Socially. Meaning with examples. Pronunciation. Socially. Socially. It is an adverb. Meaning. 1. Social means relating to society, or to the way society is organized. 2. Social means relating to the status, or rank that someone has in society. 3. Social means relating to leisure activities, that involve meeting other people. 4. A social is a party, dance, or informal gathering that is organized for the members of a club or institution. 5. Social animals live in groups, and do things together. Examples. 1. Socially, she's a disaster, she's always offending someone or picking a fight. 2. Socially, they're a great company to work for, I've never been to so many parties in my life. 3. Obviously, all else being equal, a higher minimum standard is socially preferred. 4. We met through mutual friends, who gather socially several times a month. 5. I felt there was a lot of pressure on me to achieve, both academically and socially. 6. They are socially conscious, focused on increased plant consumption, and lead active lives. 7. Fine to think we can go on being socially useful, even after we're dead. Making plants grow. 8. It was one of the socially useful phrases Penelope had made the children practice. 9. She saw how hard I worked with my studies, and how I struggled to fit in socially. 10. It has no legal status, but socially, and ethically is an ancient and vigorous institution. 11. Courtney imagines her character as naive, and also somewhat socially isolated. 12. Someone who regularly rebels against the most socially sanctioned night of the year. Bravely. Meaning with examples. Pronunciation. Bravely. Bravely. It is an adverb. Meaning. 1. In a brave manner. 2. In a courageous manner. 3. In a way that shows courage. 4. Do something bravely, and you may get a medal for your courage. You'll never get over your stage fright until you brave out of the wings and say your lines. Examples. 1. Tyre fought one-handed, but he fought bravely, and he slew his share of giants that day. 2. When Bryony whispered to her cousin, "Do you think you can walk?" She nodded bravely. 3. It doesn't matter how many monsters come at you. Fight bravely, and we will win. 4. And he bravely surmounted trials in Bolivia, that would have caused many others to give up. 5. The next day I stood bravely by his door while others went into his office and left. 6. I bravely slid down my earmuffs, even though I want to say that day was terrible. 7. The attack was bravely repulsed, and the Peshwa immediately fled from his capital. 8. He had known her less than a week, when he defended her bravely against Josh the first time. 9. He was twice wounded, bravely directing the fire of his men, under a heavy enfilade. 10. Nobly they fought and bravely, but not well, and sank heart wounded by a subtle spell. 11. Sometimes, however, you must use violence and resist sensual appetite bravely. 12. They're prepared to bravely put themselves at risk, to return your son to your side.
If you like the video, please hit the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for more videos.